What's going on, everybody? This is Al from NCAA 06 Revival. And in the last video, we finished up our second season of our Dynasty. Took on Texas in the Rose Bowl. Tough game, but we played well. Offensively, we played just like gangbusters. Texas' defense statistically was bad going into the game, and it showed, and we really put on a show. And our defense, I thought, actually played pretty well. We kept them out of the end zone. Technically, 2 of Texas's 3 touchdowns came off of our turnovers. So, overall, we played great. The only reason why Texas got in the bowl game to begin with because they won their conference at 7-5. So, Big 12 must have had a really bad year. But today, we're going to go through our off-season shenanigans. Now, I haven't simulated past the bowl game. I wanted you to see, just in case I got invited to the Big 12 or whoever. I don't think it's going to happen. I think you got to be at least a 4-star program to move up. But we'll see. You never know. This feels like the perfect time for us to move up. We're on an all-time high. Made it to the Rose Bowl. All that good stuff. So we'll see what happens. So let's simulate the rest of the bowls. I took some notes for recruiting, somewhat. I have a pretty good idea of what I need to get. We'll break down the numbers here shortly. It looks like Texas, Purdue, and Maryland all want me as their coach. I'm going to decline them all. And we didn't get invited, which, again, I expected that, but I had a glimmer of hope that that could have happened. No big deal. We'll just probably wait one more year before that happens. Let's go to the off-season. Let's go to off-season schedule. School budgets. Now, if you remember the last video, I got our discipline bar down to literally next to nothing. So, what I was going to do was, normally I always keep it at 20%. I think I'm going to go down to 15. Even if I'd run out of discipline points towards the end of the season, my bar is so low that I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And I have so many points to play with because the more wins you have, the more points you get to play with across all 3, recruiting, training, and discipline. So I'm going to go to 15 here. Now, my current roster is set up to where I'm losing 15 seniors. I got 5 commitments already in, which means I have 10 more spots available, which means I'm going to be real picky and choosy about who I get for the remainder of the class, which means a lot of my points need to go to training. So I was going to go probably 30 here. Again, 30% is still a lot of points for me to play with just to get 10 guys. Now, I still may end up going, getting a dozen, maybe 11 or 12. It just kind of depends. But training is definitely going to get the biggest boost. So I like this ratio. Hopefully that'll pay off quite a bit, especially on the training side of things. I don't really expect anybody leaving. Here's the one thing I wish we did have, and I understand why the budget is first and it goes on to players leaving, but sometimes you just don't know how many kids want to leave for one reason or another. And you like to go back and use some of those points for, to persuade them to come back or whatnot. But either way, let's see what happens. Okay, we only got one guy that wants to go pro early, and that's Dorsey. The rest of these guys, well, there should be only 10 or 15 of those. We got a lot of good guys leaving. Next year, it has to be a down year next year, you would think. It's going to be hard for me to go undefeated again because we're losing some really important guys, and we can just get a little final send-off here. Starter, 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 starter. I didn't even check how many starters we were losing. Starter, starter. Yes, he's a starter. Pillerin's my other starter. So, at least, 10 or 11? I mean, over half of our starting lineup are seniors. Now, we got a lot of A-backs on the team, so I'm just going to look how many points I got left from week 1. 289. I mean, just at 30%, that's a whole lot, so, which is a good thing. Let's see, everybody's telling me it's different. I can't make up my mind. We're going to do it one more time. Just put the bare minimum. I'm going to do it like one more time. Let's just see what he does. I'm not ready to leave the team just yet. All right, so he's coming back, and I only had to put like 10 points into it. So that's good. Okay, so again, I should have 10 slots left. According to my notes, let me get my pad. I have listed, in terms of immediate needs, I have for wide receiver, I have the number 1 listed beside it. I'm going to try to get maybe one more. I got a lot of wide receivers that left, but I don't need that many receivers for this type of offense. I mean, 80% of the time we're going 2 wide. So it's not a big deal if I do not get that extra receiver. I already picked up that one of the regular season. Tight end, I want to get one guy. I need another one. We lost our senior tight end. We got 2 backups behind him, but I'd like to get at least one more, possibly 2. Let me put another 2 by it. But get 1 to 2 tight ends. Then offensive line. I need some really good tackles. I want to get 2 big studs if I can. Guard, I got a lot of bodies there, and I'm already got Moses that's coming in from the regular season recruiting. So I'm okay with guard. And center, I got bodies there. I could get a really good center if I wanted to, but it's not an immediate need. Defensive tackle is probably my biggest priority. Already got 1 committed, but I want to get at least 2 more. I don't have that many bodies right now, so we're going to have probably 2 true freshmen start a defensive tackle next season. So I got to be real picky about who I get. I need to get some real studs at that position. Defensive end, we're good. We got a lot of bodies there. A linebacker, we're good. What's interesting is all my fast linebackers are at middle linebacker, and all my slow ones are at outside linebacker. I need them to switch around. So I don't need to forget. And Trent, let me just write that note. Let me go LB to LB to go and look to see if I can switch some of those linebackers around in training. But we'll worry about that later. The rest of my notes, I wouldn't mind having 1 more free safety and 1 more strong safety. I got some upperclassmen in both, and I only got 2 for each position. So I'd like to get a couple guys that I can redshirt at least. Or at least find a free safety that's awesome. Okay, we can look at the map here. Oklahoma is still a pipeline. No, maybe they've always been a pipeline. I don't remember. I want to make Louisiana a pipeline. So if I can get that to be a pipeline, then I'm okay with these 3 states. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to interested prospects. Got a couple 4-star guys. Thankfully, one of them's a defensive tackle, and the other one's a tackle. So that's great. A JUCO, but we need him right now, so I don't care if he's a JUCO or not. And a bunch of 3-stars. Now, normally what I like to do is scout and put scholarships to guys that I really want. And whatever I have left over, I like to go to the all prospects and go after guys that have me high on their list, but not their top 5. I may do that. We'll just see what happens with the remaining points I have. I may just leave this alone and see what happens in the second week and see who got upset that I didn't recruit them or not. So let's go back to interested prospects. Let's see how many. I got 220 points to play with. So let's go straight to a wide receiver. I may go back to this 3-star guy and scout him later. No quarterbacks are interested, which is not a big deal. I got all 4 of my guys are back. I'm good at the halfbacks. Only 1 wide receiver is somewhat interested. Actually, a couple. I got this big guy coming. He is, if we can look at his stats, 285 and 415. Let's scout this guy. 265, 385. He's just not big enough and not strong enough to what I need. And this 1-star, he looks pretty beefy. 240, 415. He's still not very big, and he's not as strong, and he's not as smart as that guy. So I'm not going to go after either one of those guys. So that's not a big deal. Tight end, none of them are interested. Man, that's not good. Maybe we can find a non-interested guy. Or I can convert to somebody. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, tackles. Let's scout him. 465, 695. Let's get these 2 3-stars. Oklahoma, Texas, and Oklahoma. Let's look at all 3. 465, 695. 485, 655. And 470, 655. This guy's got the bad discipline. We'll just keep him as a scout for now. We'll just leave him as is. I'm not going to go after those 2-stars just yet. Here's a couple guards that are pretty big. That's another thing. I may have a guard or 2 I can move over the tackle or something. Let's scout a couple of these guys. 500, 665, 455, 670. I'm going to leave him as a scout for now. Center's not a big deal. Defensive end. Look how big that dude is. 6'8", 279. That's a 3-4 defensive end if I've ever saw one. But it's not a big need. As you can tell here, we got 5 guys there. We got 3 of them are seniors, though. This kid's a JUCO. 4.78. He's not the defensive end we need. Here's where we need to scout. Let's go all. Let's say Texas, Mississippi. Guy from New Jersey. Let's just go up to the top. Let's just scout. Let's scout. Scout and get down to. Where's he at? Okay, here are all the 4 and 3 guys, 3-star guys. There's about 6 of them. 470, 605. That's a monster. 440, 605. 430, 640. Really strong. 455, 655. 440, 605. That's pretty small. Kid, I'm not going to go with that kid from all the way from New Jersey. That's pretty far. This kid we need right here. 6'6", 299. We need this kid in the worst way. So let's go ahead and just put a scholarship on him. We'll get program prestige out of the way. Or let's just do, let's look at his Ohio State, A&M, Florida, UTEP. It's a little bit all over the place. He's got a Florida and Ohio State in there, and he's a Texas kid. It may be playing time for him. I wouldn't think it's prestige because he's got UTEP on his list, and he's got us on his list. So let's go. Let's go coaching style. Let's do coaching style, or let's do playing time. Let's get that one out of the way. Okay. Now let's go back and look at the rest. Like this kid from New Jersey is a monster in terms of his strength. So that guy's just nowhere near as big, but he's a 4-star at least. Let's go after a couple more of these 2-star guys. These guys are really small. This guy's a big kid. He's from Louisiana. 605, 455, 455, 620. We'll just scout him for now. Here's a kid out of Arizona. Let's scout him. 240. How can you play defensive tackle at 6'6", 249? There's just no way. It doesn't make a lot of sense that they're 2-stars because they're so small. So I feel like the guy's got a great bench. He's probably got the biggest bench of the bunch. So we probably need to just go ahead and put a scholarship on this guy. So let's go look at his schools. Georgia, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Iowa. All over the place. Not one Texas school except us. But we're at the top of his list. So I don't know if that's playing time. Let's go ahead and do playing time. I'm pretty sure it's not program prestige. We're still a 3-star. That's not going to be a strength of ours for probably until at least next year. So we at least get a scholarship on him. I want to get one more guy. Like that New Jersey guy. I'd like to somewhat go after him, but that's so far off. 430, 640. 440, 605. Kid's out of Texas. Let's put a scholarship on him. NC State. This is top. Kansas, Northwestern, New Mexico. See, it's all over the place. Could be playing time, so we could do playing time for him. So we'll go after those 3 and see what happens after that. I need some speed. I technically don't need any of these guys, but I want to scout and see if I can find somebody that's at least fast. Kids out of Mississippi, I didn't think about that. Rest of them are 2-star. I'm not too worried about that. Middle linebacker, we really don't need them. We got bodies everywhere, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, we need an outside linebacker of some sort. I think I'm going to convert one of those middle linebackers over. Let's scout these 3-star guys. Here's a 4.52 middle linebacker. I need somebody who's big and strong and smart. Like this kid right here would be great. Chris Edmonds would be good. Good discipline, good potential, really strong. He's an ideal middle linebacker for us. So if I move like west to his best position, which is outside linebacker, this may work out getting a kid like this. Plus he's big. If for whatever reason I'm stuck at defensive end, I can always move him down. That's a big old dude right there too, but he's nowhere near as... he's much faster. Oh gosh, that's a tough decision to make. Let's go back to outside linebacker. I scouted. Let me scout this guy. Ooh, that's pretty good. That went up quite a bit. He's not as strong as he originally was, but he's pretty fast. 4.56 is pretty good. Let's just scout him for now. Like I said, it's not a big need. Corner, not a big need. Free safety. Let's look at these 2 guys. Kid from Texas, kid from Louisiana. 6'1", 187, 6'1", 200. I need speed here. This guy is probably the ideal fit. He's not very smart. That worries me. Arkansas, Arkansas State, Auburn, Texas Tech. That's an interesting group. May just leave him as a scout for now. Couple strong safeties. JUCO. 4.33. Jeez. And he's stronger. Well, his bench is a little bit less. But he's B433. Dang it. That's pretty much an outside linebacker in and of itself. Let's look at his numbers. I'm going to give him a scholarship. Northwestern, Colorado, Miami, Kansas State, all over the place. We'll go back to playing time for him. Don't really need a JUCO guy. Unless you just have an immediate need somewhere. You got no choice. Let's scout this athlete. I don't know what he can do. 5'11", 210. He's got really good hands. He's probably a running back. His discipline is great. Just don't know what he can do, to be honest. I'm not going to put a scholarship on him yet. His speed is not as good as it originally was. His awareness is terrible. So what's he really good at? I can't really tell. I'm not ready to give him a scholarship. I don't see anything that just screams me, wow, you need me. Unless he's an outside linebacker. That may be the only chance. If he's an outside linebacker, then that may be worth it. Even though he's still not very smart. Okay, we still have how many points? 99 points left. Let me go back through these. I wanted to make sure I scouted who all I wanted to scout. I want to scout this big guy right here. 5'15", 690. Out of Oregon, though. He's interested in me. He's a humongous individual who's really strong and really smart. That is a diamond in the rough 2-star guy right there for a guard. I'm going to put a scholarship on him. Now, let's see what he likes. Oregon. He's a big location guy. So my location is not going to help whatsoever. I mean, we could put a scholarship on him. But you could tell he wants to stay up in the Northwest, more or less. He does have Iowa. That's a little closer to us, but not really. But that's a monster anyway. Nobody else really caught my eye. Again, I'm a little worried about the linebacking situation. Here's a kid out of Texas. Let's scout a couple of these guys. See, I'm getting down in the 2-star, and that's just... We're not going to get very far with guys like that. 4.73, that's too slow. This kid right here is a stud. I got to get this kid. Let's look and see what he's got. Florida, Texas Tech, Missouri, Texas. Florida's the top of his list. He's got 3 Texas schools. We could try location. Again, it's probably a program prestige situation. Maybe not. I don't know. Texas Tech and Missouri don't have great prestige. All right, corner. Unless somebody's like just unbelievably fast and tall. See, that guy's not very fast. Here's a 6'3", but I don't really need him because I got 5 guys, so I'm not going to waste my time there. This guy would be a pretty good free safety. He's got great numbers. Only problem with him is he's kind of slow. But he's a Louisiana kid. I don't know. I'm not ready to give him a scholarship yet because technically it's not a need. I got 2 guys. One's a senior. He's really smart, but man, he's just not very fast. That's why he's probably a 3-star kid. We could put a scholarship on him. I think it's okay. Arkansas State, Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia. He's got Arkansas State number 1. That's interesting. I don't know. Let's do playing time, I guess. At least that can help us maybe get in Louisiana, turn it into a pipeline. I'm not worried about these. Don't really need a kicker or a punter. Let's go back and look at these 2-star guys. Don't know if they can do anything. They all... Hands not good. These are probably 2 defensive players, if I had to guess. Okay, we still have 70 points to use. Now we can go to all prospects and see what kind of pops up. So let's go with athletes. 3-star kid. That's the one that that was interested. Nobody else is really high right here. Now we're getting into... Here's a 2-star from Pennsylvania. JUCO. I ain't going to go after him. Kid from Michigan. Here's a little kid from Texas. You never know. I'm going to leave these alone. I'm afraid. I want to see what the reaction is if I don't touch them. So I'm just going to go away from that. Let's go ahead and scout everybody else that I can. If you look at our B-backs, we got 6. Technically, I'm going to move. I got 2. The 2 guys that I picked up in the regular season are going to B-back. I got 2 seniors. Let me see if I can find a super fast A-back. Like this 4.18 kid. 4.24. Here's a 4.31. Here's a 4.31. 4.33, pretty good. Okay. Let's go here. 4.24. Texas A&M, Arkansas, Rice, Wisconsin. That's just, we could do location. If I want to give him a scholarship, and that would be an ideal A-back for us. That's the only one I want to go after. Wide receiver, this worries me. We're difficult. I need to write this down. Look at wide receiver, non-interested. And see if anybody moved up or down on their bar or whatever it's called. Their arrows, up or down arrows. Hopefully we get something there. Let's go the rest of the way here and see if we can find. We may find a 2-star kid that's. The rest of the way we got to do defense. Are both of our lines. Ton of 2-star kids. Now we're getting down to 1-star. Before he went here, center, we down to 21. Let's do defensive tackle. Let's just go here. North Carolina kid, Arizona, California, Louisiana. All right, down to 0 points. So I'm going to see what all that does. Let's go to the next week. And so the second week is going to be all about looking at who we scouted, who we gave scholarships to, all that good stuff. And then we'll look at the non-interested guys and see if anybody got upset that we did not recruit them. I'm sure there'll be a handful They got mad. Probably another defensive tackle or another position of need. Also, I have that redshirt freshman, Harrison, I think's his last name. That's also going to go move to B-back. So we're going to be loaded at B-back for a while, which means that A-back position is going to dwindle down pretty quickly. Thankfully, our two little skinny A-backs that we converted are going to be seniors, so at least we got some depth there for next year. Dorsey's back and Walton's back, so... But you can never have too many of those guys. Would love it if we get about 10 to 12 players. I don't mind. I got a 2 or 3 really bad players on our team currently that are like upperclassmen that probably need to be replaced. I don't like to do that, but if it comes down to the point where I got a couple extra guys over, then I got no choice but to cut a couple of those bad seniors. Oddly enough, the number I'm counting the numbers on my notes. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. And we get a commitment, a strong safety. I'll be. He committed out of the gate. That's interesting. Let's go to current targets. I'm going to look at that kid. Justin Martin. Really fast. He's the fast one that I... Awesome, that's cool. You rarely see that getting a commitment out of that first week. Okay. This defensive tackle, we need to get him in some way. Let me look at his Georgia, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Iowa. He may care about program prestige. Playing time didn't work, and then location wasn't a big deal to him. Let's do coaching style. Ed Thomas, free safety. He did not like playing time at all. I'm going to withdraw my offer on this kid. I just don't like his speed. I need some speed there, so we're just going to get rid of him. Here's his middle linebacker. We could do playing time for him. Defensive tackle. Let's do coaching style. At this point, we're just kind of guessing. Other defensive tackle, I would like to have him. Let's do coaching style. See if that affects anything. The kid loves... Here's the kid from Oregon. The big, massive guard. Let's put all 30 points into him. He liked our location, which is weird. Okay, I've learned something here. He's from Oregon. He's got his list of Oregon, Washington State, Boise, all close to him. But he likes our location. Yeah, the rest of his rest of the teams on his list are close to him. I think that's pretty interesting. Either way, he likes our location, so that was a good choice. Here's the halfback, likes our location. Of course, he's a local kid. And the rest of it is all that. Okay. Now, let's go back to interested prospects. He didn't like our program prestige. I may give him a scholarship towards the end. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry too much about him. We need to go here. 465, 695. Now, why didn't I scout that dude? 496.55. Just kind of looking and see if any of these guys like program prestige out of the gate. None of them did. I'm not a big fan of getting a JUCO kid when I don't have to. That kid looks like he's going to Texas. Good. 485, 655. That's pretty much an ideal player for us. Let's go out. I like his size, too. Let's just do location for him. Most of those, yeah, that looks all right. 455, 640, 430, 655. Then we're getting to some pretty smaller guys. Or not as strong. So we'll do that. Guard. This kid likes our program prestige. Another big, massive guard. Let's go here. Just kind of look and see if anybody liked. The kid liked our logo. Okay, that's the Oregon kid. So let's go back to the very top. Let's go after this kid. Let's just get another big guy. See, he looks like a tackle. I mean, he's built for one, as tall as he is. And he likes our program prestige. Let's just go ahead and scout him, or put a scholarship on him. I'm not worried about center. You can always convert a guard to center if you don't like your centers. Defensive end. Guy didn't like our program prestige, but I didn't want him anyways. He's too slow. We already went after those three guys. Let's go and look at the ones that we did not give a scholarship to and see if they liked our program prestige. This guy did add a New Jersey, and he's the one that's really strong. I got to go after him. I mean, we've already found the prestige that he likes. So now that tells me program prestige is a positive for us. That means once you become a 3-star, you can use that to your advantage. I always thought it had to be about 4-star and above, but apparently it doesn't have to be. So let's go after him. Okay? And we already got 3 other guys we're going after, so I think we're okay there. See if anybody comes out of the gate swinging with our rest of them. I didn't go after hard. Oh, gosh. The 4.52 kid's probably the way to get. He's a Mississippi kid. He didn't like that prestige. I'm just going to wait on that one. Again. Oh, no, I'm down. I need an extra guy, don't I? 4.56. This guy's much stronger. Not as smart. That kid out of Halls, Tennessee. That's real close to where I live. Montana, Nebraska. JUCO kid. Let's go after this Mississippi kid. Let's go. Let's see. NC State, Alabama, Virginia Tech. That's just all over the place. Let's do playing time for him. Give him a scholarship. And we already going after this kid, so I'm okay with that. Let's look at these other guys, see if anybody liked program prestige. He liked it, but he's a 4.73. That's too slow. I can't have you on my team. The rest of them, I didn't really go after hard. Okay. Corner. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. We're loaded there. Free safety. Now we got to go back and figure this out. This is the kid that I took off my list. He didn't like my playing time. This kid didn't like my program prestige, but at least he's fast. He's just not really smart. So I got 100 points left. And that strong safety order committed, so we're good there. I'm not worried about the kickers or punters. So now let's go to all prospects. Let's see if anybody got upset that we didn't recruit him. This is a much easier indicator to find out if you have any chance with any of these non-interested guys. Already down to the 2-star for the athlete, so it's not looking too good. Like this kid right here. Got upset that we didn't recruit him for whatever reason. He's a JUCO 2-star. We can scout him. Really fast. He doesn't have any good hands. 6'2", 182. 215, 470. He's probably a safety, if I had to guess. But his discipline's poor, his potential is average, awareness is terrible. I'm not going to go after him. Here's another athlete, kid out of Michigan. 4.24, 4.39, C-, A+ hands. But if he's a receiver, that doesn't do us any good because he's too small. He's really strong, like 305, 495. Don't always look at height and weight for an offense like this when you need big guys. Strength is technically more important. So if you go back to our current targets and you go to the guy that we committed, Greg Ellis, 285, 415. See if you go back to all prospects. This may take a while. Get back down to that 2-star kid. He was technically overall probably a little bit stronger, but he's just not as big. I'm still not going to go after him. He's a Michigan kid. I have to spend a lot of points on a kid that you just don't know if he's going to turn out all right. We'll go back down to him. Nope, wrong guy. Right here. No, this kid's from Missouri. I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, I'm not too worried about the athletes. We'll just move on. Quarterback, we can look and see if there's a quarterback that's super interested. There probably won't be. We got 4 guys just sitting there. A senior, a sophomore, 2 freshmen, so none of these guys should be interested. Here's one that got close, but his arrows did not change at all. So no quarterback wants to come because they know it's going to be hard for them to get on the roster. We can look here. I doubt we'll have anybody. The big thing is, if we click, we got 97 points, so we're still good. Here's a 3-star kid out of Louisiana. He's a JUCO, though. He is definitely a B-back, but we don't really need a B-back. We're loaded there, so I'm not going to go after him. Again, you just never know what you may find if you just take your time and go through a lot of these guys. That's a 2-star halfback. I'm not worried about it. That's already interested. Okay. Not a big need anyways. Fullback, don't worry about it. Wide receiver, I'd like to find a diamond in the rough here. Maybe we'll get lucky. I doubt it's going to happen because you can tell this offense is not really destined to have receivers that want to come left and right. Look at that. I mean, nobody's interested. Got some high bars, but nobody got upset that I didn't go after him the first week. And we're down to the 2-star, and I'm not worried about it. Here, kid out of Katy, Texas. Not very big, though. That's tight end. I'd love to find somebody here, but I'm afraid that ain't going to happen. I wish this would go down much quicker, but it doesn't. Go down to the 2 stars. I just want to find a guy who's really big and strong that can block for us. But it ain't looking good. Okay, tackle. I think we're already set up because we've already got 10 targets plus the 6 that's committed. So I'm more than have enough. Like here's a 3-star tackle that got upset that we didn't scout him. 465, 690. That's A+ awareness. Potential is good. Let's put a scholarship on him. Let's do program prestige. Unless he likes Texas. Yeah, let's do program prestige to see if he likes it. We'll give him a scholarship just in case. We're good at guard. We're good at center. Defensive end, I'm not worried about. Defensive tackle. Like I say, here's a 4-star. Kid out of California. He's JUCO. That may be worth it. Going after a guy like that. I don't know. We'll see. Let's do the bare minimum on him. Let's do program prestige. That's fine. Another kid out of New Jersey. New Jersey may be a pipeline for me before it's all said and done. Now, this guy's got some strength. 490, 655. Pretty good. Look at all these other ones. Kid out of Florida. 490, 655. But I think we're okay there. We've already got several guys we're going after. How many points I got left? 67. I still got a ton more. If there's a 3-star kid, maybe he's quick as a cat. Not bad. 4.56. Good all around. Out of Wisconsin, though. Man, that's... I'm not against going very far to get players, but when you're in Texas, you feel like you just don't have to go that far to get what you want. Perfect outside linebacker. This kid right here, we need A+ awareness, good for potential of discipline, and his speed is outstanding. And Utah's not too far from us. Let's put a scholarship on him. I think we're good with the middle linebacker. Corner, not too worried about. Free safety is the other one that I wanted. Let's go here. We may find a 3-star, something that's super fast or what have you. It's not looking good right now. 2-star. Okay. Kind of looking here. All right, let's go back to interested players. See, I hate to use up all these scholarships when I only need like 10 extra guys. I'd like to go ahead and just scout the rest. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go back to defensive tackle. And scout who had a bar or had a change like this guy right here. Did we go ahead and scout him? Let's just go ahead and scout him. Scout this JUCO kid. Another 3-star kid out of Utah. Really small, so that's probably a waste. But 6'1", 187 out of New York. See, people, I tell you, these kids love their playing time now. Now we're getting down to the 2 stars. I still got 35 points. I may just go ahead and move on to next week. I don't know if they carry over or not. I don't think their points do. So let's just go back up to current targets. Let's do 15 points for him. 16 points for him. 4 points for him. And 4 points for him. I think I may have maxed out. 2 points for him. Okay, that's good. All right, move on to the next week. No, I do not want the CPU to recruit for me. They'll just jack it up. So I think we can probably get a couple more commitments this go round. So from here on out, I'm not going to offer any more scholarships. Again, we only need to pick up 10 more guys, and I do not want to over-recruit what I currently have. So hopefully we can get the remaining 9 players from the pool that we have. We already picked up that 1 strong safety. We needed 10. He committed, so we need 9. I probably have, how many scholarships that I threw on some kids? I don't know, 15, 16. So maybe we can get the remaining 9 out of those players. A little upset that I couldn't find an extra tight end, but we already got 2 on the current roster. So I think in the regular season, I may go after both another receiver and another tight end. Because this offense is not going to attract tight ends and wide receivers. That's why you have to go get them in the regular season. Like I did with that Ellis kid. So that'll be a priority. The big thing is this recruiting class is going to be all about linemen, more or less. If I could pick up some of these defensive tackles and a couple of those guards, that'd be great. One of those other big tackles, I'll be very happy. When we got that strong safety, I can mark that off. There's one defense. That's the kid from New Jersey. That's super big. That's really strong. 436-55. Philip Collins. Let's go back to current targets. Let's take off the ones that just committed somewhere else. Here's one, a tackle. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's go back for the rest of these. Let's look at this. This guy, he loved coaching style. Excellent. He should be able to commit this week. So we moved up for this kid out of California. He didn't like program prestige. Maybe he likes coach prestige. Let's do that. JUCO kid, but we kind of need help there. Outside linebacker out of Utah. Let's just do coach prestige. This kid looks like he's going to Texas. He likes our program prestige, so let's keep fighting for him. Mississippi, let's do coaching prestige. Guard likes our program prestige. Edmonds does not like our playing time. And we're still like pretty close. I may just withdraw from him. We technically don't need him. Let's do coach prestige for this kid. Let's do program prestige for him. Location, he likes it. That's the big kid out of Oregon. We're still going to do as much as we can to get him. He likes our prestige there, and we're good for the rest of the way. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And we picked up 1, so we need 8 out of these 10. So, a tackle, a guard, let's go and look at the middle linebacker pool again, since we still just have 3. And Edmonds, I'm not going to go after him, so let's go back. Interested prospects. I think we're okay. Oh, gosh, we may just need this kid, don't we? Let's just go ahead and add him. That's the kid from Wisconsin. 4, 5, 6, outside linebacker, pretty smart. He didn't like our program prestige, though. I may not go after him. All right, let's go back to middle linebacker. Cedric Wilson out of Oklahoma. Probably a good one to go after. May go after him. 6'2", 247. Let's go after him. Okay. Now, how many points do I got? I got 96 points. Edmonds, we don't have to worry about that. Let's look. We may find a kicker that may be like really good. Let's see. So A minus, B pretty good. A, C, B plus, B plus. Let me go back to all prospects. Let's see. I still got a ton of points. Let's go. We can at least go back to our current targets and put extra on them until we. Let's do 30 for him. About to run out of points. Let's do that. Yes, we're good there. 8. 8. 8. 4. We're good there. We're good there. We're good there. We're down to 3 points. That's okay. Okay. We should be able to pick up a few more commitments. Again, I think I'm done with the scholarship deal unless a few more guys declare to another team and I can go after somebody in their position. But I still think we're going to do okay with the numbers. I think we're going to get real close. We finished number 2 in the country. I just noticed that. Of course, I kind of expected that when you're number 3 in the country. You win your bowl game, and you know somebody in the national championship game's got to lose, so that's automatically going to move us up. So I got at least 1 defensive tackle. So now we got 2 in the fold. We're not going to get any tight ends or wide receivers, so that's going to be a big priority next season. Go find a big monster defense or tight ends and humongous wide receivers that are really strong. My playbook is going to change a little bit next season. We're not going to have an impact receiver like we did with Chase, so it'll get a little more pure triple option, I guess. Probably going to be mostly flex bone and strong or weak. Just kind of depends. So we can still do a little more veer, but don't have to do it just out of that one formation. So we'll see. I don't think I'll add. There's 2 other flex bone formations I haven't used. I don't think I'm going to use them. Don't think I have to. I already got 4. I think that's enough. All right, 2 big guards. We got the kid out of Oregon. 6'8", 337, 6'3", 343. Now, I need to very well pay attention to possibly moving some of the older guys to tackle if I can't find a tackle or 2. But that's huge pickup. We are loading up the line, to say the least. Okay, let's go back to current targets. Let's take out whoever. A defensive tackle. That's the kid out of California. It's going to USC. Outside linebacker going to Texas Tech. That's unfortunate. I really wanted that kid. So we're already going after another outside linebacker, so I'm okay with that. This coaching style. Let me go back and make sure I've done that right. Coaching style, yes. He didn't like our prestige. Okay, I'm going to just remove him. Here's another tackle. He likes our prestige. Coach style, I guess. We'll do 30 points on him. Coaching style. And let me go back up. Let me put it down back to 2 in case I need those points for later. Same for him. Defensive tackle. Let's do location since he's a Texas kid. Program prestige. Location. Okay. The only thing, just looking here, we're still not getting the commitments from the linebackers that we want, but we're going after 2 of them. I probably need to add maybe a couple more of those. So let's go back to instant prospects. This is the kid that didn't like it. And defensive tackle out of New Jersey. 4-star kids got us up to number 3 on his list. And we need the depth in the worst way. Let's do program prestige. Let's add him. Might as well. 3-star kid. Was this the kid that's... No, he's going to Texas. So let's go to outside linebacker, middle linebacker. I'd like to go probably one more for each. Let's go here. I didn't scout any of these guys either. Is this week 4 or 5? I think this is week 4. Kid out of Montana. 4.69. That's not good enough. Kid out of Nebraska. 4.52 is not bad. May go after him. Let's just do program prestige. And middle linebacker. We're still okay with him, but he just may not commit. We got to hope for the best. Let's do that for coaching style. Okay, now let's just go back to our current targets. Put the highest we can on the rest of them. Let's do 16. 16's fine. Let's do 15. I'm going after a ton of defensive tackles. But we need them, though. We only got 2 on the roster. Let's go back and fill up the rest, whichever ones they were. Right. Where's he at? 15. 16. I guess I've maxed them out, haven't I? I maxed all of them out. Let's go after... how many points do I got? I'm down to 11 points. That's okay. Advance to next week. Alright. Last week, hope for the best that we can get some commitments. I still need like 6 more guys. So hopefully we get about 3 commitments. 3 or 4 right here. And then the last week, we'll get the remaining 3 or 4. And it'll end up working out perfectly. Getting around 10. That'd be great. The biggest thing is we're getting linemen. We got 3 guards. I can see at least one of them maybe going to center or tackle in the future. I ain't going to move them their freshman year. We're going to wait. We're going to let them sit at guard for a year. And then we'll move them. Those defensive tackles, I got 2 coming in. I'd like to get at least another one. I'd like to probably get 4, to be honest. Got that strong safety. We got several guys that like our pitches. They're just not ready to commit yet for whatever reason. Hopefully they'll make that decision today or here in about 20 seconds. It's going to be a long video. I'm going to save it as soon as we get done with recruiting. That way we can finish off the rest of it. I don't want lightning to strike and blow up my PlayStation 2. That wouldn't be good. At least we can get it saved first. Good deal. 4-star defensive tackle out of New Jersey. So New Jersey is going to be a pipeline. Well, not really, but it's cool. We're getting 2 guys from New Jersey. We got that middle linebacker out of Oklahoma. Good deal. And that little halfback The 4-2-4. A-back. Perfect. Good deal. Very happy about that. Now let's look at the remaining guys. We got 3 left. How many we got? We got 12 guys committed. That means we got 3 more spots to fill. I'd love it for to be these 3 guys. And all 3 of them are ready to commit, but if we could just get these 3, that'd be awesome. Now let's take the rest off. We got defensive tackle, outside linebacker. So we picked up the 1 middle linebacker. We're going after this outside linebacker. Hopefully we'll get him to commit. I still got 83 points left. 55 says, yeah, that works out perfectly. That 55 plus 12 plus 3 gives us exactly 70. Wouldn't that be something if we got these last 3? I don't know what else to do to load up their... I wish I could cheat. Give them some money or something. Hey, come. That'd be great, but they're just not ready to do so yet. What we can do, if for whatever reason a couple of them don't commit, we got 5, a tackle. Let's go after a couple more tackles. I've scouted most of these. Kid out of Louisiana. 476, 40. 620, 605, 455, 640. See, I want that kid bad. He's just perfect for us, but it looks like he's going to want to go to Texas. The JUCO kid, was he the one? He didn't like our prestige. I think that's it. I'm not going to waste a scholarship on a kid that's just not good enough. Outside linebacker's the only other thing. Let's scout some of these kids. Find a kid that's got some speed to him. Now we're getting to the 1-stars. It's got to be 4 or 5 something or better. Like Jeremy Fuller would be probably a decent one out of Florida. Of course, we're going after him. Let's go after Fuller. Let's do coaching style, 30 points. If we can't, we're out of the tackle stuff. So I think the next thing we could do, let's go after that athlete. Ooh, okay, the athlete committed somewhere else. Texas Tech's where he went. Hopefully he doesn't haunt us in the next few years if we got to play them. Looks like I got a chance with these 2 guys right here. So it just kind of depends on what we think we need. Here's a 4-6. Looks like this kid's just a better athlete all around than this kid right here. So let's go Jason Coleman. Let's do coaching style, 15 points. Okay, I think that's it. So hopefully we can fill out the rest of them, and we'll be good to go. So ended up getting the ratio, the 30 or the 30, 55, 15. Looks like it's going to work out perfectly. We're going to get a lot of guys, get a lot of training, going to boost up quite a bit, which is good. We're going to need it. We're replacing a lot of starting seniors. I may move a pretty good guard as is to center. I know my centers aren't all that great. I'd like to probably have a good one. But right now I don't have any really good ones. I didn't have any that wanted to come and commit this go round, but I got a ton of guards. But I can't move any of the true freshman guards until after their freshman season. So there may be some moving and shaking next offseason on the line, at least with the interior line. But if we could get those 3 original guys to commit, the defensive tackle, and the outside linebacker, that would just end it perfectly for us. We may sneak in and get a commitment for somebody else, too. I don't know. We'll see. So this is technically our first handful of 4-stars we've gotten in our SMU Dynasty. There's the defensive tackle. It took us forever to get him, but he finally committed, and we got that outside linebacker, which means the tackle did not commit, so we didn't get any tackles. That means we got just 3 on the roster, which means we got to move a guard over the tackle of some sort. I may be able to move a true freshman over. We'll just see what happens there. Anyway, let's look at our class. We won't be high. We shouldn't be because we just didn't get enough players. 35, that's pretty good. 2 4-stars, 10 3-stars, and 2 2-stars. Look, our 3 best players are all defensive tackles. Crazy. All right, we can look at the signings. We picked up 2 B-backs, Scott Hall and J.R. Osborne, and this little kid's going to be an A-back 2 or 3 years down the road. So I'm happy with those. We picked up the 1 big wide receiver. He may play some next year. I'm not really sure. No tackle, but we picked up these mamma jammas. Monsters. All 3 of them are big guys. Really excited about all 3 of these. The 2-star from Oregon, he's just humongous. 5'15", 690. I mean, he's strongest of the 3. Defensive tackle, we needed these in the worst way, and we came through. Just imagine what these guys may look like in a couple years. And none of them are the JUCO, which is great. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're all true freshmen, so that worked out even better. Got the 1 outside linebacker from Mississippi. 4.52, that worked out great. He's got good potential and discipline. 3-star middle linebacker out of Oklahoma. We'll keep that pipeline going. And a strong safety out of Claiborne, Texas. Really fast. Super fast. I could probably move him down to outside linebacker in the future. Great haul, though. I'm super happy with it. We got 1 Louisiana kid. That still didn't help us enough to probably turn it to a pipeline. But we did pick up a couple Jersey kids, which is crazy. Okay. Finalized recruiting. That means I got 69 players, so I don't have to cut anybody. Position changes. Okay, we don't have any athletes, so we don't have to worry about that. Harrison. Oh, yeah, I need a save. Let's go ahead and save just in case these position changes don't work. Sometimes you can move a player over to a position and it doesn't work out, even though it technically should. It'd be like a glitch of some sort. So let's just go ahead and save now. Oh, I'm really excited about this class. I mean, we really filled a lot of needs in a good way. Outside of tackle. Tackle's going to be another priority. I need to write that down. We only got 3, but we're going to move somebody over, a guard. Okay. Got that. Let's go back to off-season schedule. Position changes. A-backs. That's going to stay Harrison. Carlos Williams. He's not very strong. That kid ain't going to do much for us. Nowhere, I'm afraid. I think he's just going to be a bust. But I don't think he was highly recruited to begin with. Henderson. Osborne's going to stay at A-back until next year. Scott Hall. That didn't really work out. He's not very strong, is he? So he may not do much. And he's got no speed whatsoever. But I'm moving him to B-back next year regardless. Vincent Williams, great pickup. 65 overall, but still, he's got speed. At least he can be special teams for us down the road. Now, here's the one I want to switch over. I want to move Harrison over. He should go back up into the 70s. If we go back, he's right now at 76. So let's see what happens to him when he moves to fullback, because you can tell. I'll move him back and show you. He's got 70 strength, and his break tackle is pretty good, 76. So we'll try to move him over and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, I can go back and put him back at A-back. But that'll change here once we do our training. All that looks fine there. Wide receiver, we're down to our 5. Ellis is 70 overall. And his strength is a 56. That was a good pickup. I may redshirt him because Hawkins is a much stronger dude and he's wiser. Doesn't have as good of a catch, though. Not as big. As you can tell, this will definitely be a priority the next couple of years. Especially the following year. Cleveland. See, Cleveland's really small. I need Ellis and Hawkins need to be my 2 starters, and Cleveland needs to be my slot guy. So we'll see how all that plays out. But don't have to change anybody here. Tackle, I'd love to move somebody here, but 2s should be enough. This worries me a little bit. We got a couple seniors. And a right tackle. I'd love to move. Let's see. Freshman, sophomore, freshman. Like 65 for this kid. 65. Not a big difference for him. Where's the other freshman? I guess that's him. I guess that's the kid out of Oregon. See, just 70. This could be our big. If we don't do well this year, it's because of our offensive line. It's just not ready to do its thing. 70 awareness will be there. These 2 guys should move up quite a bit, you would think. But I still need to move somebody over. Let's move, just for depth purposes, let's move him over. That way we got at least a backup. Because I don't think I can move a guard over to compete with these 2 once the training hits, because they're both seniors. So right tackle, left tackle, right tackle, left tackle. I'm good there. Left guard, I'm okay. I'd rather him be a right guard. I want a humongous left guard. So who's going to be my starting left guard? Look at that 94 strength. That's incredible. It's one of these 2 freshmen. This guy's got a little bit better awareness. Run block. They're just spot on the same type of player. Let's move him at left guard just in case. I'm going to move one of these others at left guard. Let's do that. That's fine. Look at all these guards. Jeez. Some of these guys need to... Let's see if one of them can move the tackle a little bit better than... It's easier for a tackle to move the guard than the other way around. I know that for sure. Let's see. He will move up. He'll probably be my starting left guard. So got backups. Let's do... Doesn't really matter at this point how you have these set up. I'm okay with all that. That's not a big deal. Center, I'm okay there. Defensive ends. Sophomore, Muse. Redshirt freshman. I need my left end to be my bigger dude. So it looks like he needs to be my left end. He's bigger than Brantley. I want Brantley on the weak side more often than not. He comes off the edge a little bit quicker. So we're going to move him to the right end. We could put him at left end and him at right. All right. True freshman defensive tackle. 78 overall. 76 overall. Awesome pickups. Good deal. 72 overall. Awesome. Good deal. We'll probably redshirt one of them. Probably a couple of those guys. These 2 guys will be my starters, no doubt. Great. Now we're good at defensive tackle for the next several years. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. I'd love to move. So this was a great pickup. 82 speed. Love that. Robinson. Let's see. Let's go here. I got Webb. He was a redshirt freshman. See, he doesn't move over that well. None of these guys move over well. So I may keep everything as is. I may keep West as a middle linebacker, but maybe still have him over at outside linebacker on the depth chart. So he's going to move up, and both of these guys will go up. So both of these guys are probably, I'm going to keep him at left outside linebacker. Do that. Let's do that. Middle linebacker, let's just keep it as is for now. I think we'll be okay. One of these guys will be starting at middle linebacker, and I don't know who. Like, this guy could be a good defensive end down the road, but I love his speed. So I think we're okay there. I think we're fine there. Free safety, we're looking okay there. McKinday, too bad we couldn't get a free safety. I need to write that down. Free safety is another priority for next year. Busing will be our starter. Starter vamp behind him. I probably need to pick up... No, a couple of these guys will go up in training. Forgot about that. Here's our other... the true freshman. We'll redshirt him. Kicker, punter. And I think that's it. Now, the biggest thing we switched out was Harrison. From A back to B back. Hopefully that helped. We'll see if it does. He won't play much next year because we still got Martin and Massey still back. But the year after, we'll definitely need him. Let's see. Harrison went up. He's at 72. He was at 76, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's not a big deal. Again, we just need some depth there. His 88 speed's good, but we got plenty of players at A-back that are much more suited for that position. Let's see. Let's look at the numbers here. 76, 74, 78, 70. Willis is still going to be our starter, no doubt. 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2. Looks pretty good. Dorsey only went up a couple. Of course, Harrison went up some. Wide receiver, Cleveland's. Lowry, Hawkins, Warren. Tackles went up some. Tackles went up a little bit. Guards, Myrick went up 4. That was a pretty good one. Redshirt senior went up 6. 5, 4, 2. Tackle, Burley, probably my starting right tackle. Muse went up 4. Brantley went up 3. He's up now at 87, which is great. Not much there for the tackles. 72, let's see. All of them went up a few. Now I got these guys redshirted too, so my linebacking core is going to be real crowded. I mean, who's going to play and all that stuff? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. Again, I got some decisions to make at linebacker. Corners, 4 and 4. Wiggins is up over, so that's going to be a tough battle right there. Who do you go with? I don't know. That's going to be tough. McKinday didn't go up any. I may go with Wiggins. He's the freshman. I'll probably just go with him. I know he's a little bit slower, but he'll move up quicker as long as the more he plays. 80, 76. Four for a kicker and 4 for a punter. So that worked out. We got a lot of guys who went up 4 or higher. That's good. All right, let's go to cut players. We don't have to worry about that. We already got 69. 22 seniors on the team. Whew. Let's just go to the depth chart. This will take a while. Really excited about the class, though. I think it's going to help out quite a bit. We're not going to really do much with the depth chart. We'll worry about that in the preseason video, which will be the next video. Now you can tell who our best players are. 2 defensive ends, Martin the B-back, Cleveland a wide receiver, Dorsey, and Busing. So I don't have hardly many players over 80. So it's going to be a couple more seasons before we can really get this thing up and running. I don't have many sophomores and juniors. So that big, humongous senior class will be interesting to see how that works out. It's good to see Brantley got a little bit bigger. He's now up to 230. Enrolling recruits, again, takes forever to do, but they got to take out all the excess and put in the new people. I reckon they'll have us top 25 maybe, again, you would think. Look at Martin, he's got 90 speed. So I'm done recruiting B-backs. Already got 3. Then you got the 2 other freshman B-backs I picked up. They're going to be moved over next year. So the rest of the way will be just strictly quick guys. I probably got too many B-backs, to be honest. But the 88 speed for Harrison just wasn't good enough for me at A-back. I need some real jet speed on the outside. They can get to the edge. But biggest priority will be tackle, tight end, and wide receiver, and free safety. So that's maybe what I'm going to go for in the regular season. Like I said, I'm not worried about the depth chart yet. Willis moved up a little bit. He's at 76. But at least he's got some legit backups that can run the same offense, even though Phillips is still there. I'll probably move Phillips down the depth chart. Now that both Butler and the other redshirt freshman speedster can play this year. I do know my big non-conference game. I'm going to play TCU every year, but my big top program I want to take on this season is going to be LSU. I want to go and recruit Louisiana. So as long as LSU is highly ranked, I'm going to schedule them. If not, I may play Oklahoma or something like that. So, okay, come on back. Next video, we'll do our preseason shenanigans, and we'll get Season 3 underway. I'll talk to you later.